Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Ernie. Today I will show you how to fill the AHP pairwise comparison matrix using Excel, especially for landslide susceptibility mapping. Today we will focus only on how to input the value into the AHP table using the criteria that we have already prepared before, and uh, how to get the priority or weight in every criteria. I will show you in this video step by step. And before we start, here's a quick overview about the AHP. So, what is AHP technique? AHP, or the Analytical Hierarchy Process, is a structure method that helps decision makers analyze complex problems by breaking them down into simpler components, comparing them pairwise, and assign weight based on their relative importance. And how AHP is applied to landslide susceptibility. First, there is for step for applied it in landslide susceptibility. First is you should have make a hierarchical structure, and then pairwise comparisons, and this third step is weight calculation, and the fourth step is apply the weights or the priority to our landslide susceptibility map. And for the first step, for hierarchy structures, we should make a structure, hierarchy structure, and put in the top is our objective, overall our objective. For example, here is landslide susceptibility. As you know that this AHP, you can apply it not only for the landslide susceptibility but also to other case, like if you want to make map flood susceptibility map, or other case when you need a decisions uh, in your case, you can use this technique too. And after you make of your objective in the job, and you can make a criteria to achieve your objective. The criteria, you should have a knowledge, or you can ask the expert, or you can read the paper or literature that already done before. And after you make a hierarchy structure and get the criteria, and for that criteria, you can do the pairwise comparisons. So the first step is you go to the Excel, and in Excel you make a matrix. For example, here I will use 16 criteria, so I will make a 16 by 16 matrix. So 16 for the row and 16 for the columns, based on the criteria that I have already done before. And how to compare it? We can compare it with the Saaty scale. The Saaty scale is from 1 to 9. I will show you how to give the value in this cell. And we should compare, for example, this row and this column, 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 this row and then this row in this column, this row in this column, so on. So you should do uh, com- the compare between the row and the columns. And after you do the pairwise comparisons, you will get the priority or the weight. And uh, you but before you use to the this priority or this weight to the landslide susceptibility map, you should calculate this weight is reliable or uh, consistent or not. So that's the other step. And after you get that this priority or this all step is reliable or consistent, you can integrating it with the software, for example GIS or Google Cloud, like cloud, yeah, cloud platform like Google Earth engines. And as I mentioned before, this is about the criteria. How I get this all criteria is based on the knowledge and based on the study that already done before by someone. So based on the literature. And that I have already mentioned before, how to in the second step we try to fill this all cell, and how to fill it is based on the Saaty scale, this Saaty scale. And how to fill it is based on the importance between the row and the column. For example, here slope and slope. Why is one? Because equal importance, similar. But if you get try to another yeah criteria, for example, which one is important, drainage density or slope? Here I give three because based on my knowledge or based on the experts say that drainage density is moderate importance than the slope. If you think as an expert that drainage density is strong importance from the slope, you can give here is 5. Or if you think it's very strong importance, the drainage density than the slope, so you can give the value is 7. Or if you think it's extreme importance, you can give it 9. So drainage density extreme importance then slope, so you give here 9. So uh, the cells, for example, here I show is if cell land use and slope is 1 divided 5 here, TY and slope 1 divided 5. So in the slope and the TYI is 5. These are reciprocal relationship ensure that the metric is consistent and balanced in both direction. So I suggest you to put here this line, because slope this one is for aspect is one. Just make it first, and then after that you can fill in under the this line. And for this side upper this line, you can make it the reciprocal of the this side, something like that. And that's about the comparing. Okay, let's move to the Excel file to make you better understand. And this is that I have already done with my ASP that I will use for the Google Earth engines mapping, landslide susceptibility mapping. So here that I have already mentioned before, I will use this 16 criteria. This criteria is based on the literature that all these criteria it will be influence the landslide susceptibility map. And after we fill this that I have already explained before, this all, and after that you should sum it. Every column you should sum it. Get the total in every column. And after you get the total in every columns, you can go to the normalized matrix. So how we fill this normalized matrix? Normalized matrix, for example, here, slope, is based on the this cell divided with the total. And for aspect, for example, here is this cell divided with this total. So you can do it in all cell. For example, here is this cell divided with this cell. Okay. So after you get all the value in the normalized matrix, after that you should sum it again. Get the total in every row here. Okay, get the total, and after that you do the priority. How to calculate the priority or weight is the total every rows you divided with the n. N is the number, how many criteria that you use in this uh, case. For example, is 16. Maybe you only use 3 or 4, so the matrix it will, if 3 is 3 by 3, 4 is 4 by 4, but the n is will be based on the how many criteria that you use. After you get the priority, you should make sure this all that you have already done is consistent or is reliable or not. What is the criteria of the consistent or reliable is if the consistency ratio is less than 10% or equal to 10%, we can say it consistent or reliable. But if greater than that, you should check all that the step you have done before, and you should have the consistency ratio is less than or equal to 10%. And how to calculate the consistent ratio? First, you should find the consistency index. How to calculate it is based on the total from the total of the agent value. And how to get the agent value in every rows is the priority you should multiply with the total in this column in matrix comparisons. After you multiply it in every row and total this agent value here, and after you get the total you can minus with the how many criteria that you use. For example, here is 6 and divide it with the n minus 1 or 16 minus 1, and you will get this value. And this one is for the random index. How to get the random index? Because we use 16 criteria, so the random index of the 16 criteria is 1.605. So after that, you can divide it with to get the consistency ratio is CI divided the with the RI, or consistency index divided with the random index, and then after that you will get the value. And from this, to say it's consistent or not, it should be less than zero point 0.1 or 10%. Okay, that's from my side. I hope you can learn something from this, and yeah, if you think that this information is very helpful, you can like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any question, and or you if you need the Excel file, you can write in the comment. Thank you very much. See you in the next tutorial.